shit, welcome back, Boils and Ghouls, to another Ghastly episode here on the motherfucking Grow podcast, not the Dark Dimension podcast. We got that shit coming, on Sunday. We gonna record one for that, and it might be a crossover collabo, so be in tune for that, people, you know what I mean?
Hey, Dark Bro.
I like that shit, Dark Bro, and I'm over here with my other crazy ass motherfucking co-host, Kingcold. You already know what it is. And I'm reporting live from an undisclosed bunker over here in Riverside, California. Cali can't really disclose where you at, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's
or anywhere really, to be honest. Shit.
Can't drop no lows.
Yeah, nah, can't be like your boy K and B Rock, you know what I mean?
What's the P&B Rock? Yeah, can't drop no lows. Can't pull no pop smokes.
Alright, people,
so horrible existence.
Yeah, now that's true hard right there. So we ain't got our boy Cool Mouth couldn't join us on today's episode because we recording late. Now it's a late night flight tonight.
It's late.
We caught the red eye
man.
For the Grow podcast tonight.
It's 12 right now. It's
the midnight hour.
It's spooky. It's spooky around this motherfucker. It's spooky around this bitch.
Yeah, we getting spooky, man. I'm gonna tell you what I got spooked by this week though, man. You see that shit about that lady? She got swallowed by a goddamn python, bro.
22 foot long. 22 foot
long ass. That's why I don't fuck with snakes, people, man. You never know, man.
That's a school bus, bro.
That's like Anaconda movie with that J-Lo and that shit. J-Lo and Ice Cube.
Yeah, the Ice Cube and J-Lo, man. That was the first Anaconda, which was decent.
Yeah, it was decent. It wasn't great, but it was, it was cool.
The CGI was horrible.
CGI was fast ass big snake.
That snake was too fucking fast, bro.
Like ain't nothing that big on move that fast.
That movie would have ended so fucking fast, bro.
Yeah.
The Anaconda was too fucking big and fast. Like that they probably be eating half of the world by now, goddamn.
Yeah, you know how snakes are. Them pythons, they'll wait for you. They just set you up, basically. If you just happen to, I don't know, walk on them or something, you don't realize it, and then that motherfucker gonna wrap your ass, coil your ass up until you suffocate.
Yeah, that's the great thing. You just get choked out. They just crushed. Like, that's crazy. Then swallowed.
Them things, they can swallow cows, bro. You know what I mean? Entire ass cow, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I can't fuck with them.
It's terrifying, You see all the people, you see them in Miami, you see them up there in New Orleans.
I'm in my A, bitch.
They got this, they want to put the snake on, damn. Sexual with slithering snake.
Yeah.
Winding like a snake on the
Britney
ground.
Spears.
Yeah, that Britney Spears ass. That shit ain't been hot since Britney did it. Stop that shit, man.
Yeah, cut that shit off for that snake fucking chokes your ass.
And then the song she did it in was like, they was basically really forcing her to do it, like the Slave for You song.
Oh,
like that shit with Britney Spears, I thought she was crazy, but she was really being forced, like it's a child labor shit.
Record label. Mickey Mouse, the Mickey Club.
Yeah, man. They tough, man. They put that muscle on you, man. You'll never work in this town again.
Yeah.
They take your whole livelihood.
Remember they made them kiss. It was Madonna kissed Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
It was on stage, and they just pretty much like French kissed each other and shit. I ain't gonna lie, though, at the time, you know what I'm saying? I got off on shit. Hot.
Back then, like, you think about that, like, Madonna old ass and that.
Now it just be creepy. Like, man, what's so creepy?
It's just cringy now. Like,
yeah.
That shit was forced in. Like, that shit didn't look natural, man. It's like somebody just thought it was a good idea. We kissed. Probably Madonna's idea. It's a cigarette breath, man.
Yeah. So what's up, man? Y'all still got do y'all got the trolley and all that shit still running in Biloxi?
Yeah, CTA is still going public strong, transit. Man. Yeah, we got public transport, man. CTA rolling. You got the casino hopper. You still got the beachcomber, the trolley. See, you tell you old school East Side, you call it the trolley still. It's CTA. Nah, it's just a damn
What the dudes in
bus.
New Orleans called? They call it something car, hot car, some shit. I forgot the name.
Yeah, what they call it, some type of car, street car.
Something like that. I remember I seen arguments on the internet, like they're called trolleys, and then the other dude like they're hot cars or whatever the fuck that shit is.
Yeah.
I just call it trolleys, people. We got them in they got them in Long Beach, man. I was in Long Beach and they had them there. I was surprised by, I didn't expect to see that shit. But I'll tell you what, though, man, the public transportation in California is a fucking nightmare. But I'll tell you what, but you know, at least we ain't in New York, but we got to take that damn subway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that subway, it looks like you just ask for trouble when you get on that motherfucker. You know
that's why, I mean, think about it. You got off work. I'm like, I got to kiss the subway home, man, you know, 2 hours or whatever the fuck, however long it takes. Then you got to worry about crazy people assaulting you.
Yeah, it's some crazies on that motherfucker, man.
I'm tell you right now, this is straight from the headlines right now. It says 6 women in neon green leotards attack 2 New York subway riders. And I'm looking at the picture, people. The picture looks so crazy. It looks like they're wearing green screen. Like if Ant wrapped himself back in that green screen.
Right. It's horrible. Then it's like fishnet. Like they try to be sexy.
I don't know what the
neon marker.
New York always got the craziest shit, man.
I like, is this like they even take credit for it? Like, what type of gang? Is this like a new gang? Highlight Parker gang or something?
The mother of one of the victims.
Look like all females, man.
They thought they got attacked by aliens.
Yeah, that bright green ass shit they had on, man.
It looked like Kermit the Frog attacking you.
Yeah. Like you can green screen anything on top of their ass, man.
Man,
that's how green it was, bro. Like,
put them in a movie.
Bro, like you should have seen that coming. Like niggas, a mob of niggas in highlighted colored jumpsuits and ski bags. I'm watching.
Serious, like you better be on your P's and Q's to see that shit.
Yeah, I'm
anything out of the normal, you gotta hold on.
Yeah,
hold on, fella.
You know, in New York they take wild fashion photos. Shit, I watch it all, man. I'm in the country watching everything.
What them call them city slickers.
Yeah, city slicker shit,
man. Especially in New York.
It's down there prison rules in the streets of New York. It's weird. It's like kind of like London, like really
London's crazy.
So they got their machetes and knives and
this shit sound like Colombia and shit. Get macheted up. I seen the dude. There was a video in Colombia when I was there, and the dude got chopped up by machete. Dude was just attacked. It was horrible, bro. That's a fucked up way to die, bro.
It's vicious, bro.
Yeah, for real.
They're basically defenseless. Like, you know, there ain't no blocking the shit. Especially a sharpened blade.
What you gonna do?
Rusty blade, even worse. You know what I mean?
Unless you got a technic shot.
Yeah,
that's
they got
right there, bro.
You know, they got shit they coat the shit with to keep you bleeding and all the crazy madness. You know, they got some destructive, horrible, evil.
Yeah, they can put poison on the tip of it and stab you, bro. You know, all kind of crazy shit, man.
I think something like it's like garlic. I mean, it's like garlic on the end of a knife.
They trying to kill vampires.
Right, it was stop your wound from healing. Like you bleed out.
That's
like I seen that shit. Like damn, you rub. I don't know if it's garlic or an onion, but you rub it in there. You shank on that shit. Yeah, for you guys going to prison, rub your shank on your shank. Your prison, all the prison guys know what a shank is. It's stabbing utensil. And when you poke them, they don't stop bleeding. They don't stop bleeding for a while. That's crazy.
I'm like, please, I
gotta look that
no
back
garlic for me, please.
Yeah.
I want some vampires. Oh shit! I'm dropping goddamn filth.
You know, you gotta put the boom back up.
Hey, yeah, that shit. I need to put some super glue on that shit, bro. That shit keep popping off. Shit. But you know, man, when I was riding the trolley in Biloxi, the craziest shit I ever, it was not even that crazy, but there was this old white man riding with me. He started talking about his Air Force days. He was talking to some other people, right? So it was like some young girls, like some teenager girls, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to work in Area 51. You know that movie with Will Smith?" I worked there. I didn't say shit, but I was listening. Like, hold on, he might be telling the truth. He's like one of them retired old men, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this was like, 99,
Shouts out to
2000.
Air Force. We know we got Keesler Air Force base
Keesler
right
Air
here in Biloxi. Also, we are a big military town. Shouts out to
Air Force. Keyword Air Force. So he could have been a former Air Force dude that actually did work in he might have that
over there at Roswell and
he
Area
just stopped
51.
giving a fuck. You're like, I'll tell anybody I work in Area 51.
Hey, a lot of them feel like that now. A lot of them, like the older guy, like, man, fuck this shit. I'm letting it out. Talking about that we faked the moon landing. You see Buzz keep saying they faked the moon landing.
Yeah, Buzz is crazy though. He getting up there in that age range though, so I don't know. But they got, they got some that said they seen UFOs. They got some all kind of shit, bro. So you never know.
You can't deny the UFO sightings and the evidence we got.
Oh, dude, I seen a video last night that creeped me the fuck out. I was watching Unsolved Mysteries, the new one on Netflix, and they were talking about Bigfoot on Navajo country, right? And so they showed the video, and I didn't think they were going to show any videos. Like this old Navajo lady, and she's like, I caught it on CVT footage. Like this black figure came out the ground and just like looked around and just hauled ass into the back. But it looked so crazy, bro. You got to see it. It looked like a fucking black demon or something, dog. I was like, what the fuck
I was thinking the big brown.
Yeah.
Ape man, these motherfuckers be dark black.
Yeah, she was like, I think it might have been a kid. Or, like she thought it was like a kid. I don't know what it was, bro. That shit.
I knew it was real when they started saying they seeing small ones, little ones. I'm like,
small. And then they got the audio clips. Have you heard that shit? Bro, that shit sounded creepy as
horrible. Shit. I forgot my boy, man. He's a Bigfoot hunter. He sounds just like a pig. Got this shit down. Bro.
Yeah, it sound like demonic shit or something. It sounds crazy.
Whoa. I'm like, what the fuck? You hit it in pitch darkness. Then first you gonna get hit with a rock before you hear anything. You're gonna hear they bang on trees and bend branches and shit. Like, man, what the kind of fucking... That's like running to a grizzly bear.
Oh, fuck that. And I don't know how how aggressive the black ones are? Like the black bears, because they seem smaller than the brown ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're smaller, yeah.
I don't know if they're less what do you call it, violent or whatever, because I know the big brown ones are no joke. Like those motherfuckers are aggressive as shit, dog. Like, I hope I never run into
the grizzlies. Then they got the Kodak bear. They all them brown. And we got, they got the brown bear. We got brown bears all over this down here, man.
There's a big ass national forest in the SIP, so hell yeah, you know it.
Yeah, they just tracked them. They done tracked them all the way to DIVille coming from the forest before they stop and get Biloxi.
Fuck that. Them motherfuckers will rip your ass to shreds if they gets on you, bro. And what can you do, bro? You can't do shit. And if you ain't got a gun, what can you do, bro? You can't run off.
You can't climb a tree, you can't swim. They do all that shit. He just fucked, bro. Like, damn, you can't outrun them.
You shouldn't go hiking in some woods without no gun, man. Fuck that.
Yeah, I never wanted to be a hunter.
Nah.
I'm not outdoorsy. I'm from Mississippi, but I'm not outdoorsy.
Same here, man. I'm not with the camping. I'm
from Biloxi. We don't do that shit. I don't even like cutting the grass. So.
And see, in Biloxi, the bush is thicker.
Somebody got
You know what I mean? So it's not like you could just go hiking through the woods. Like it's different in the South, man, especially in Biloxi. That's why I never liked hiking down there, because it's just like, man, that's just too much bush, you know what I mean? Like it's just like a jungle or something, bro, you know what I mean? Yeah. Out here it's a little different, but out here it's scary too, though, just because of them big ass bears and shit, you know what I mean? Like, and cougars and
you got
coyotes and shit, like, rattlesnakes and shit.
Shit, I ran across a big ass coyote over here.
See them coyotes, boy?
That motherfucker was huge. I'm like, bro, that coyotes, was not a dog, and that bitch was so fast.
Yeah, I see him in here late night. Like, if you drive around this bitch late night, you'll see him when they out here, bro.
It was like 3 a.m. I think I was doing something coming from work. I'm about to cross the track. I met it coming up the track. That motherfucker went around me so fast and ran across a fucking golf course. It disappeared. I'm like, bro, that was not a dog. That bitch was too big and fast, bro.
They look like mini wolves.
Yeah, the color was off. I was like, damn, that color is not normal dog color. That bitch is way too huge.
Yeah, bro. I've seen them when I went hiking at Griffith Park before. Man, that thing was big. And then people are dumb enough to fucking feed them. I'm like, bro, if y'all don't stop feeding these wild animals, bro, y'all stupid.
This motherfucker take your kid away from here, goddamn.
They showing up be killing them small animals and shit. They them small dogs. Like if you got a small pet, those motherfuckers come out there and kill them and shit, bro.
Yeah, you know we got that shit going down with the foxes.
Hey, crazy like a fox.
Crazy like a fucking fox.
Oh, yeah, bro. I remember I seen a gray fox by Pop's Ferry one time. I was driving. And Pop's Ferry people just this road in Biloxi, man, towards I guess what do you call it? East Biloxi, West Biloxi, I mean. You know what I mean? Around that area, and yeah, I seen a fox. But it was by residential like suburbs though, you know what I mean?
I have video pulled up on a white fox in by Ghastly.
Damn.
That motherfucker was not afraid of me or nothing. They were like, damn, if I got a little closer, he'd probably attack my ass. Like, damn.
Jump on you and shit.
He just leave me fuck alone. You never seen me before. I'm here. Get your ass on, dude. Take your camera with you. Yeah, take your video thing, dog. I'm trying to dig in this trash real quick. But like I say, the wildlife is crazy. We got it. Like I say we got armadillos now. Like I see a lot of armadillos.
Armadillos is so weird.
Yeah, like damn, we got armadillos all the way over here now. And we're seeing the big vultures now. Them things.
Oh yeah,
massive, bro.
You know, in Colombia we had vultures like a motherfucker, bro. They are everywhere.
I seen one on the track so big, I thought it was a tall dude just sitting there in the black hood. I'm like, dog. It's a nigga in the black hood sitting on the tracks.
He's cosplaying as Vulture from Spider-Man.
No, I'm like, bro, he in the wooded area too. I'm like, bro, this is not. Look, I gotta walk past this nigga. Bro, I took a couple steps closer, bro. That thing, bro, it looked like it had a hood on, but it turned to his neck like this, like the Crypt Keeper or something.
Yeah,
and that motherfucker flapped 3 times.
Wingspan.
Gone. The wingspan was, bro, I'm like, damn, that bird was at least 3 foot tall.
Looking like a thunderbird.
Yeah, man, that motherfucker, it was so black. I was like, bro, it is too black. Like, it's bright. It's the middle of the day. It's black. Then it flew in the trees, then I didn't see it. I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker finna die. This motherfucker finna die, bomb over here, knock me over the tracks or some shit. I gotta walk through here. I know it didn't fly away. It flapped 3 times, dog. I'm like, it's in the trees watching me. I'm like, this motherfucker is big enough to fly into me and knock me off the tracks, and I'm in the fucking ditch.
Like you're having all these thoughts run through you as you walk.
Like, bro, I was terrified. Like, bro, I never seen a bird that big and black in my life, bro. I thought it was a person. I'm like, bro, I thought it was a suicidal maniac on the track. I'm like, damn, it's my day to run into a maniac on the tracks. Lo and behold, that motherfucker spread the wings and took 3 good flaps, and you can hear him. I'm like, oh no, that's a fucking pterodactyl.
Yeah, about to say that pterodactyl in this bitch. People got a crypto birds coming after him.
Yeah, it could have been like the Jersey Devil. That motherfucker was big and
what do you call that? Mothman? Mothman.
Mothman. Oh yeah, Mothman. You know, he brings them disasters.
I don't know why they call him Mothman though. He don't look like a moth.
Yeah.
That motherfucker look like the Fly. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like he got them big ass red eyes and shit.
Remember the Fly, the movie?
That shit's horrible.
I
watched it at too young of an age, man.
Yeah, it really turned me off the gore shit.
Yeah, it's just gross, man. That's the thing about that.
It was so nasty.
It's just, I remember I stopped eating for like a week or 2 after I seen that shit. I was so fucked up in my stomach at the scene.
The director of the Fly, you fucked me up, and I wasn't supposed to watch that.
Yeah, I was too young for it, man. I remember.
You know what else fucked me up too? I was sitting watching Centipede.
The human centipede.
The human
Oh yeah,
fucking
fuck
shit.
that.
Dude.
I didn't
Oh
watch the
my
whole thing. I could
god.
only get through like the first part.
Yeah, I couldn't watch the
I couldn't watch
whole
the whole thing. Man. It's
thing.
too gross.
Like, bro, that is the most terrifying thing in the real life. Like a person that want to experiment on people. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
that shit was disgusting,
that is
dude.
crazy.
Motherfuckers had
Like,
eating people eating like I don't know. I mean, for the people out there that
uh,
aren't familiar with it, it's about this
yeah.
scientist that's
I
stitching
do
people
not
together.
recommend going to get
Nah,
watch it.
do not eat. You gotta have a strong stomach for it because it's about literally he stitches people together. They basically eating whatever the other person shits up. You know what I mean? Their mouth is on there. Like it's so gross. You know what I mean? Like just talking about the shit. I
And, bro,
mean,
he
it's
had
like
no
I don't
reason
know.
to do that. Like, why?
And didn't it have a
I didn't
sequel
even want
too?
to. Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
sequel. I'm like, why? How? And why?
yeah.
like,
Like who
like,
thought
man,
that shit? You know what I mean? Like fuck,
yeah.
fucking
Yeah, we
fetish or
don't
some
put some. We
shit.
don't. Yeah, it's some weird. It's so scary. It's some
Yeah.
scary sadistic stuff out there.
See, as
I
much as
see
I
some
like horror,
scary
I don't
shit.
like gross out horror that much. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. I'm
I'm
not a
not with
big
that shit.
gore guy.
Nah, me
What was
neither.
one day? What's the movie? Is it Feast or whatever? That it ruined me too.
No, I didn't see that one. But see, it's like
Yeah,
when we talked
it was
about that
gory.
one last on the last podcast, Hellraiser. My issue with the first Hellraiser is just how gory it is, and it's just disgusting what they do. And that's why I don't like the first Hellraiser as much as I like Hellraiser 2. I like Hellraiser 2 more. It's less weird shit. You know what I'm saying? It has less weird sexual shit in it than the first one. So
Yeah, it's like very sadistic. What is it? Bondage ass
yeah,
shit.
yeah, bondage and
Weird.
shit, sadomasochistic bullshit. So, like I
Yeah, I'm
said, you got
not
to
a
be in the mood to
fan.
watch one of those Hellraiser movies because you got to know that you in for some shit.
No disrespect to the patent leather ladies and dominatrix
Dominatrix.
women. We love y'all, but I don't like to see it in the movie.
Yeah, it's just crazy, bro. Speaking of
Yeah.
crazy, man, what about growing up, man? I know, like I think we should talk about some cartoons. I know me and you were both into animated, TV shit. Especially, we're both artists. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I still
well,
doodle, still sketch,
exactly, bro. I
man.
got ideas. I've gotten ideas from this man. People like he has good ideas, man. He'll sketch some shit. I'm like, that shit's dope. Let's make it a logo. You know what I mean? Shit
Let's
like
make
that.
it happen.
You know what I mean? So
Let's
Kingcold is the idea, man, in a lot of ways. He'll sketch shit up and then I'll fuck with it on the digital side and we do, we come up with logos and ideas that way. And it's been like that since I first met all the way in good old ninth grade. What's that history class? Hey, remember we had that history class?
Art class.
Oh no, yeah, it was class.
Always Qualls art class at Nichols, man.
Shout out to Miss
Nichols
Qualls.
Junior High. Shout out to Miss Qualls, man. I
Or
Miss Qualls.
Antman.
Yeah, Aura. She hit you with that Aura.
I remember I drew some thugged out aliens and she didn't like it.
Aura.
I'll say what?
Oh yeah.
Or yeah, she was like how like people's aunts do that shit with you too, like like, man, you know my name, stop trying to act like
yeah, they forget everything.
Like you literally forget every day. But yeah, man, we grew up on some good shit though, man. Like the original Ghostbusters the real Ghostbusters. You got to put the real Ghostbusters.
Real
because there was an act. Did you know about the other Ghostbusters show?
No.
It had an ape in it, a cartoon ape, and they were the ghosts. Because here's what happened. So, but the movie Ghostbusters, right? They had to buy the rights to that name from an old ass TV show that was called Ghostbusters. And they had a monkey, an ape, and I think 3 other dudes. And so in the 80s, they also did a cartoon of it. And so that's why they had to call it the real Ghostbusters.
That old Scooby Doo formula.
Yeah. And they were kind of like Scooby Doo.
Like Jabberjaw, like you put a shark in. Let's throw a shark in there with a band.
Random animals.
And they solve mysteries. Random
Scooby Doo
animals. Shit. Yeah, like that Jabberjaw, like that never made sense.
Your old random ass cartoon.
Shouts out to Jabberjaw because I love Jabberjaw.
Yeah, man. I think the 80s was a good time though, like as far as animation. You started getting better animation. Because in the 70s they had that what was that shit we grew up on, what do you call that shit? That shit that you like to draw a lot, man. Like the '70s cartoons. What's it called? Like, not Heathcliff, but fuck, I can't think of the word for them motherfuckers.
Well, it was 70s. Like 70s, we had more.
Like, remember I referenced it this week, the hit El Cabone with the guitar, you know what I mean? Like,
that more of the Hanna-Barbera style.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. And it was more simpler. So those you could tell were kind of cheap.
Yeah, right, No, not too much, not too detailed.
Nah, not that detailed.
This is how I started drawing. I used to watch this shit and, draw from the show. Taught myself how to do that shit.
Yeah.
Fred and Bugs Bunny.
But I remember Scooby Doo had Scooby Doo and the 13 Ghosts. That was a good one.
Oh, 13 Ghosts was my shit, man.
I liked it more than the original. Man.
Yeah. My boy Vincent Van Gogh.
Yeah. Man. That was a good one, man.
13 Ghosts was the shit.
Remember
man.
He had those 3 ghosts in there from Casper? I think that weren't they from Casper or some shit? It was like a crossover type shit.
They were like the one that was mean to Casper to the other ghosts. Was it his brothers or some shit? Or was
something
it just
like
some
that.
Other ghosts?
Something like that. It's been a minute since I've seen that. But I remember I liked the intro. It was dope, man. That was a good one. Man, I'm going to put the clip in there, the audio clip. But
it was super early 80s, even the
early
song.
80s. Yeah.
It was upbeat. And it was kind of like an 80s, it's a Rick James shit.
That's how Ghostbusters was, man. The real Ghostbusters. They would always put like pop music in it.
Yeah, they had it was super 80s.
It was, dude. I've been rewatching them, bro. They'll throw in a random pop, like 80s pop song and that shit, and they'll put that shit on repeat.
Right.
This shit's crazy. But they had some good horror in that shit, though.
Yeah. Oh, Boogey Man, from Ghostbusters, bro.
I'm gonna tell y'all, people, look him up. He's one of the he scarred my childhood, man. Like
Ghostbusters, the animated series, the animated series,
and they're still putting out. There's a YouTube channel that's putting them out there too right now, so it's free to watch. People, kids, bring your kids. You know what I mean? Watch that shit, man. It's a good shit.
I'm getting this good animated series you can watch. Put a little Halloween twist on it.
Yeah, put the youngsters up on it,
But that the Boogey Man episode, man, that Boogey Man, bro,
that was terrifying.
They knew the real folklore. It was too deep. It got deep. That episode was deep.
I remember Egon was scared of him. He was like, "Oh shit, that's the Boogey Man!"
Yeah.
Like, he didn't even face him.
R.P. Egon, man.
The actor that played Egon.
The actor that played Egon, R.P. Man. Egon was my favorite. I say he was
the nerdiest one.
He was nerdy, but he was brave about the ghost shit. But that Boogey Man, that motherfucker. And I was watching, I rewatched that episode. Like, motherfucker scared me to death.
You remember how he talked, bro? He was like,
his voice was. It was a real demon voice. Like, then they went to his world. They were like, all the doors to all the kids' closets. And
dude, he could just.
And he had the goat body. Like,
he had a goat, like them old school demons, man. Like you said, from folklore.
This shit was scary. I'm like, this shit really scared me as a kid. Now that I think about that Boogie episode, I'm like,
get your boogie on.
Cartoon.
And it was scary because they never really made toys of that monster, but they made toys of all the other monsters. You know what I mean?
Shout out my boy Slimer.
Slimer was like the mascot in the cartoon show. They but it was actually, it got a little bit too much. Like they put slime, towards the later season, they started putting Slimer just a little bit too much. It was pretty much the Slimer show.
Yeah, the Slimer show.
He was the cute ghost mascot or whatever.
That bastard, like, he ain't do nothing. Eat all the shit and just fall through him.
But they changed his voice. He wasn't like in the movie. In the movie he was different.
He was just slobbering.
And he was aggressive. He attacked one of the Ghostbusters in the movie.
Right. He was trying to eat whatever.
Oh, hot dog eat motherfucker.
Just ate shit, then it just fell through him like, dog, okay. Like, what was Slimer? Like, was he greed as a manifestation?
He was a fat slob. You know who he was based on was
Yeah.
that dude that died. He was a comedian on SNL. Fuck, I can't think of his name, but he was cool with all. He was cool with all. You know, all the cast from Ghostbusters, pretty much, man. What's his name, dude?
Farley?
No, not Chris Farley. It was before Chris Farley, man. Who was the dude that was on
he wore
Gang
the
Related?
beret too. He used to wear the beret, huh? He used to yell a lot, curse a lot.
It was Belushi. It was Belushi. Remember?
He played on Belushi,
yeah. I guess he was, he was hardcore into drugs. He used to do drugs with Robin Williams and all that. They used to be, they got some crazy stories. Robin Williams talking about, they used to be on New York, and those motherfuckers doing drugs like just cocaine and just hit up all the clubs and all that shit, wild dudes.
Yeah, Robin Williams got some shots on my boy to Robin, man. The man, but yeah, he was a wild guy. I would have never known he was wilding like that.
He was wild. Even Tim, what's his name? Tim the Tool Man Taylor was wilding out. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Tim Allen.
Tim Allen got caught with a cocaine charge. He was in jail for a minute too, man.
Crime in Hollywood go hand in hand,
especially with comedians. You know what I mean? With comedians, drugs and all that shit come with the territory.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not really surprising when you think about it. But yeah, Jim Belushi, I think that was his name. That's who Slimer was based on. It was kind of like a homage to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you know?
Belushi Roadhouse and all that.
Animal House, exactly. Yeah, those 80s.
Belushi. Yeah. Belushi was a wild. Belushi was a wild.
Super wild. Yeah. College, like you say, animal, whatever the fuck, party animal.
Was Animal House. Yeah.
Animal House. Yeah.
Classic.
80s.
Classic Belushi. Like, I think that's the last thing he did.
Damn, that's sad, man. But at least they did Slimer. You know, they dedicated Slimer to him. Did you know that Eddie Murphy was supposed to be in Ghostbusters? He was going to be the black Ghostbusters originally.
Oh, Ernie gonna be Ernie?
Yeah, he's gonna be Ernie, but he turned it down for what do you call that movie? The cop movie he did. Not 48 Hours.
Hills Cop.
Yeah, he turned it down for that one. Yeah, so that was a good idea. That was smart on
it. It was a good idea because the guard that plays Ernie, man, he's the best, man.
Yeah, I know Sherm loves that character, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sherm, Cool Mouth.
Shout out to Cool Mouth for the South, man.
Yeah. I was drawing him, man. Like I gotta finish it so I could do the Black Ghostbuster Ernie, man. Like he killed that role, man. Like,
yeah.
What do you call it?
Even showed up in the new one, man. Like he kind of saved the new one too.
He's continuing the franchise basically at the end. Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
at the end of the movie.
I don't know why they gave us so much slack about the female Ghostbusters. I thought it was good, man.
Oh, you were one of the ones that liked it?
Yeah, it was pretty decent, man. They kept it true to the first one, to the original Ghostbusters. You know what I mean?
Some of the comedy, the humor is what didn't work for me for the most part, bro. But I did like the black chick. What's her name? The actress. I think she was good.
Yes,
and
Leslie
the guy,
Jones,
Thor was funny.
Jones.
Leslie Jones was funny. I didn't think the fat chick with the glasses was funny though. I forgot her name.
I forget her name.
Yeah, it's from SNL. It's like the new SNL cast, basically.
Yeah,
and the chick with the glasses that was supposed to be the new Egon, I guess. She was all right. She was crazy.
Yeah, she was all right. She did put a spin on Egon. I liked her kind of spin on the Egon.
She was just like a crazy Egon. Just crazy.
Yeah, she was more like a mad scientist with the shit.
I'll tell you what scene I did like. You know that scene when they're at the concert and that fucking demon lands on Leslie Jones and she's like, don't say nothing. Everything is good. Like she's trying to, act like the motherfucker ain't on her. And then everybody's like, you got a fucking demon. She's like, don't say shit.
Right.
I thought that was actually funny, man. Like I actually like that part, man.
Shout out to Leslie Jones, man.
Yeah, Leslie Jones is funny, man.
She did make up for Ghostbusters. She got a lot of flack for being in it, but she did.
Yeah. I think that was just, there's a lot of racist shit going on, You know how it is.
That old Hollywood standard, man. That shit has been out the window, The 90-pound supermodels are not acting anymore.
But you got to think that's a comedy, man. You know what I mean? So
it's comedy. Yeah. Like I say, the humor was more as a kid movie. It was kid friendly. A lot of cornball, you know.
But see, the original Ghostbusters wasn't really
shit.
meant to be a kid's movie. It just turned into one. You know what I mean? Like over the years. Because if you watch Ghostbusters 2, it's more kid friendly than the first one. You know, in the first one, there's a ghost that gives one of the fucking Ghostbusters heads in there. You remember that shit?
Yeah,
Ray was sleeping, and motherfucking they show a shot, and you could tell he's getting head from a ghost. You like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the first Ghostbusters was not kid friendly.
Nah, man, it was like dudes getting oral sex and shit in it, man. You know, what I mean, from a ghost. What do you call that shit? Succubus.
That's actually a demon, the succubus. Yeah. Shouts out to the lady dressing up as the succubus. This year, they're looking great.
Yeah, shout out to all the ladies out there dressing all kind of smutty for the Halloween season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We appreciate y'all.
We'll allow it.
Yeah, it's allowed on Halloween, man. Chicks wild out on Halloween, man.
Hey, man, do what you like.
Yes, sir. So shit, man, what else you got going, man? What else can we talk about in this Halloween season before Halloween's actually here, man? We done discussed Rock and Roll Graveyard, Mississippi Ghost and shit, man. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's kind of boring this year. Like you don't really see the decorations no more. Like it's it ain't too Halloweeny right now.
Yeah, I haven't done much this month at all, bro. Basically, I've been busy moving, so I ain't really had time for it. So I ain't went out. I ain't done shit.
It's tough times all across America right now.
Yeah, I mean, people have been going out though. Like they got Halloween events going out, still. So
yeah.
The one thing I don't fuck with though, or I did go to one. It was one of those hay rides. That shit was whack though, and because you on the hayride, but you can't really move. So when there's shit behind you, you got to be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit was awkward as fuck, man. But it was crazy looking. But it was just like it was a little bit awkward, man, to sit in an actual hay thing. But they had some cool mazes though. It was at what they call Griffith Park, and Griffith Park is basically where the Hollywood sign, all that bullshit's at. And so they had a hayride up there, and that shit's really haunted, bro. Supposedly. Yeah, they made the Batman 60s TV show there. That's where they filmed that at. But there's supposedly like a zoo. It's supposed to be like
Griffith Park is supposedly haunted, or I heard the Hollywood sign is supposed to have been haunted.
I mean, it's both. That shit's all in the same area, so it's like the same mountain area. You know what I mean? And so Griffith Park is basically where that observatory's at, and then but you can walk on. There's a bunch of hiking trails and shit, so you can walk all around.
Those mountains are scary, man.
Yeah, I filmed down there, man. It was scary as shit, dog. Because there's little you can follow the trails and it just leads to like these little empty ass, areas. But it's scary now too to think about though, just because there's always bums and shit. So what if a crazy bum's in there with a knife and might try to attack you? And if you're a girl or something, you might try to rape you. You got to be careful because it does happen. You know what I mean?
It happens.
That's real hard, man.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
Speaking of horror, you seen what they did to that girl in Russia, man, the basketball player, man? They sentenced her those 9 years for having
so they
THC.
Did give her 9?
Yeah, they refused her what do you call it, shit, or thing. She tried to rebuke it or whatever when they denied it.
For some vague cartridges.
That's some petty ass shit, bro.
Like, come on, Russia.
They just doing that shit,
y'all want to trade her for an arms dealer. This dude deals death. He sells guns to warring countries. And y'all won't trade her, America just got caught with vapes for an arms dealer. You serious?
Yeah.
And y'all want to be on this high and mighty shit about some vapes?
Exactly.
But y'all asking us to trade for a fucking arms dealer that sold guns to warring countries, both sides? Come on, come on, Russia. You're not known for being righteous by the law.
Nah, man. Especially Russia, it's corrupt like a motherfucker.
Russia is over here. I don't come over here doing lawful business.
Right. What I seen in the news, they basically like they're still willing to consider a trade, but they're like, this is gonna be secret talks between us and the government or whatever. So they didn't want the shit out there. See, they're already being secretive about the shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, man,
because y'all Y'all want to trade a real criminal for a freaking basketball player.
It's ridiculous, bro.
She's no criminal record.
None.
Played for Russia.
Yeah.
Y'all can't cut her no slack.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be an old vapes.
You know what it is, though. It's because, America's helping Ukraine out with weapons and shit, so they're probably just being petty about the shit. You know what I mean? So that's what that shit is.
I still don't know why Russia and Ukraine there war.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think it's low key because there's a gas line thing that runs through Ukraine, and even Ukraine is trying to say that land's always belonged to. I mean, Russia, but then because they don't want them to have their own independence. But it's low key. I think they're just after that gas line, bro. You know what I mean? Because that's like some energy shit.
Resources.
Yeah, resource wars. It's just, they don't want to say that though. You know what I mean? But you can tell.
None of them wars been about righteous anything or helping anybody. Been taking resources, controlling resources.
It's like what we were talking about last episode, man. Resource wars, man. Like if they, they do it, in undeveloped countries. They like to go to fucking South America, Africa, pillage resources.
Like I say, rape and pillage, man, it still exists right now.
Yeah,
rape and pillage. That's all war is. Rape and pillage.
That's the world we live in, unfortunately, man. Shout out to the Metal Gear Solid series for putting me up on that though, because they like to talk about that political shit. They ain't scared. That series ain't scared to put America on blast. They ain't scared to put Russia on blast. They don't give a fuck. They'll tell you how it is. They're like, yeah, this shit's racist. Colonization,
right?
So that's why I love the Metal Gear series.
I'm trying to figure out should I get. I'm a PlayStation guy, man.
Newbie to the Metal Gear series.
Yeah, I need to get it.
Play Metal Gear, the most recent one. That shit's fun as fuck to play, bro. The Phantom Pain. Play that shit. That shit'll get you into the series, bro. That shit's a great game. Like the gameplay itself, just the gameplay, not even the story. Gameplay itself is just fun. Like you could do shit. Like there's so many ways of like taking over bases and shit. Like you could do what you want to do.
I'm on the Fortnite, y'all. Like if you don't know why I'm looking over to this way, I'm on the Fortnite,
Gamer of the year.
I know I'm trying.
Speaking of games, people, there was a dope ass announcement this week, last week I should say. Silent Hills. Konami is finally giving the fans
Konami,
because they've been fucking us over for the past years.
Right.
Because they've been making pachinko machines out of these properties. Pachinko, for all those that don't know, is like, arcade games in Japan. Yeah. And I think there's some kind of thing where gambling's illegal or something. It's kind of like a loophole thing. Right. And so they make pachinko machines, and they've been doing pretty much like Metal Gear, pachinko. They've been doing, Silent Hill, Castlevania, but instead of making actual video games,
you only can play like Silent Hill up in like the little arcades.
Yeah,
even here, like there ain't no Silent Hill. You gotta go to the get the gun and shoot at the arcade. You want to play Silent Hill? That shit crazy.
That shit's super crazy and super depressing. But they made a remake of the most depressing Silent Hill game, probably the most popular one, Silent Hill 2. Because there's a twist in that game that's so fucked up. You don't learn it till the end of the game, and it's so fucked up though. It's like it's sad and depressing. And you're like, damn.
Wait a minute. But it's creepy more.
It's creepy shit. Yeah, it is.
Silent Hill is creepy.
It's psychological horror, you know what I mean? So for people that don't know, in Silent Hill, basically, you go to this town and it's like some kind of occult, operates there, and they open this gate, to the other side because they're trying to summon a god. But what they don't know is they just end up summoning demons, right? You know what I mean? This is how that shit goes. And those demons are based on your psyche. So if you go in there and it chooses you, then those demons take the form of your psyche, of things that, your own personal demons. And that's why Silent Hill 2.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's why Silent Hill 2 is fucked up. Like Pyramid Head, there's a psychological reason for him. There's a reason why those nurses look all sexy and shit. Once you get to the end of the game, you're like,
I need to know their back. Like, why do they look like that?
Yeah. Like, because in the first Silent Hill they didn't, because the story was different. The story in the first Silent Hill is more like the movie one, where it's a guy, it's a father trying to find her daughter. It's that thing.
Yeah.
But in the second one's really different from all the other ones because it's like its own story. Basically, a dude who thinks his wife wrote him a letter. His dead wife wrote him a letter. So you already know he's crazy. Like, what kind of?
Yeah, he's tripping.
Yeah, it's like nobody would do this. Like, oh, a letter from my dead wife. I should go to that town and visit it. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck.
Right.
And so he goes to that town. Yeah, he meets, and everybody you meet is fucked up because like you meet like I think 4 other characters and they're all like suicidal. Like one's suicidal, the other ones because she was the one that's suicidal was like she was molested by her father or something like that. So she's
dark.
Yeah, it's super dark. And then they got the other one that's like crazy. Killing animals.
Oh yeah, he's about to be a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
It's just a super fucked up setting, man.
Silent Hill, baby, it makes sense, man. I think it's genius.
And so they remade that, and then they're also gonna put out a new one. The new trailer for the new shit looks, I couldn't even make sense of it. It looks so weird, but I like it.
Yeah, I gotta check out the trailer.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, man. It's dope, bro. Like the visuals and everything, people. You got to see it. Like, it don't make sense. I think it's going to be set in Japan. So, like you said, Japanese got the weirdest, demonic
shit. Yeah, like the Kaishin and the yokai. They got all types of shit over there, man.
I forgot what the demons called, those Japanese demons.
Yeah, I forgot what they call the demons.
But the look for the Metal Gear, the new Metal Gear, I was telling you about the Phantom Pain. You play as Big Boss, and his look is based on those Japanese demons because this is basically it's supposed to be like the story of how he fell off and became a villain. Story.
Okay.
Major supposed to be because it plays out differently than fans thought it would, but it's crazy, man. It's deep though, bro. It's like you got to listen to cassette tapes, and it's like there's a lot of deep shit. A lot of political.
I like games like that, man.
Yeah. It's set in Afghanistan in the 80s.
But it's big open world.
Yeah, it's open world. This one's actually open world, so you can go like it's set in Afghanistan in one part, and then the next one's Africa. So you get to be in what do you call it?
Oh yeah.
I think it's the Congo or something near the Congo. I forgot what it was. Uganda or some shit like that. I forgot what it was. But it's and then it's so real that they even got child soldiers in it. You know what I mean? And they got one part where you got to save them from mining, like they're mining for diamonds.
Yeah.
Blood diamonds.
Sierra Leone type action.
Yeah, so it don't really shy away from that the real shit.
Keep it realistic, man.
Yeah. I mean, as crazy as Metal Gear is, I mean, don't get me wrong, it got walking mechanoids, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. It got cyborg ninjas in that series. There's all kind of crazy shit in Metal Gear, but they do keep they are true to the world as far as politics go and nuclear armament and nuclear deferment and, what I'm saying, the politics of it all. You know what I mean? So, like basically, the Metal Gear, the robot or whatever, it's basically a metaphor for nuclear weapons, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what that is, you know what I mean?
Free game.
I mean, it's made by Japanese.
Non-gamers.
Japanese is one of the first country, to get hit by, a bomb, Hiroshima,
Right.
That's where all that, they say all that anime, with the big robots and all that shit comes from that, man. Like, that was just the Japanese way of dealing with, what happened to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, what's a good one? Voltron and all that shit.
Yeah, Voltron, exactly, man. Like,
big old. They use the giant robots.
Yeah.
You think about Transformers.
Yeah, Transformers like an Americanized version of what they do down there. The anime and everything.
They shit is the Gundam Wing.
The Gundam, that's what Gundam.
That's how my boy PJ, he was on that Gundam heavy.
Gundam style.
The Gundam. Yeah, not that Gundam style. That gas was weird. I don't even know how that happened.
On that career or some shit. That shit was crazy.
The kids love that shit. They're crazy for that shit.
Yeah. I mean, the world's still tripping about UFOs and shit. We still got all that going on, man.
Hey, man, I'll be searching all that shit on Travel Channel, man.
Musician, what's her name? The Latina chick, Camila Cabello, shows her UFO encounter tonight on the show, on the Tonight Show. I'm gonna have to check that shit out.
Okay. I don't know who she is, but sounds exotic.
Yeah, she's a fine ass Latina singer.
Yeah, it's crazy how they don't be up on the international artists, but they be bigger than the American artists. Like,
What they say, I'm big in Japan.
Right, I need to be big over there.
Yeah, man, you gotta get that international money, man.
Yeah, man, get the international. Shouts out to St. Lucia, man, France.
Yeah.
My guy, shouts out my boy Beefy 808, man, in Russia, man. Ain't no smoke, baby. He got those beats for us, bro. Shouts out Beefy. He got that slap.
Yeah. Speaking of,
and he's from Mother Russia.
Whoa, now.
From Mother Russia.
Homie brought the accent and shit. They gonna put you in one of those movies, bro. You better watch out.
Man, I need the bag. I take some acting classes, man.
Yeah.
Let's get it. I'm into the
entertainment business, the entertainment show. You seen did you see the trailer for Antman 3, bro? Antman 3?
No.
Oh, you need to. It's highly. It dropped, man, and it's important. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, Antman is very important. A lot of people like to, he's not one of the top,
Yeah, even I didn't know, man. Like I wasn't
very important to a lot of metaverse happenings and solving a lot of shit.
He gets into that quantum area, you know what I mean? The quantum zone.
Yeah, he's more for his intellect. He's not, he gets his ass kicked a lot. Even if he gets giant,
he gets no respect.
That shit don't. Yeah, he gets no respect in the strength department, but he saw some shit.
So in the trailer, everybody thinks he's Spider-Man. Like all the, regular people, like, oh, thanks Spider-Man for saving the day. He's like, all right, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Kang the Conqueror, they show him, bro. I don't know if you're familiar who Kang the Conqueror is, but you should be.
I know who Kang the Conqueror is. Yeah.
Kang shows up. Kang gang people, you know what I mean? And so he shows up, and he actually calls Ant-Man by his actual, he's like, he makes him a deal, basically, like, I need you to help me steal something. So what's it going to be? Ant-Man. But, he did it gangster, too. He was gangster with it. And it's played by Jonathan Majors. And, he's a good actor, man.
I like him.
I've been following his career.
Man. It's crazy that he chose him to play Kang, man.
Yeah, if you watch Loki, the show, at the end, the final episode, they reveal a version of Kang, and it's him. But he's like the quote-unquote good Kang, and he's basically been controlling everything in the Marvel universe, so there won't be a multiverse. See, the thing is, if you don't control that shit, the multiverse spins out of control, and then you have a number of different Kangs, like all those Kangs going to fight each other. And so that's why he set up what they call a TVA, I think it was called. And they were basically, if you fuck up the timeline, that's why they got Loki in that show, because he fucked up the timeline in the end game when he stole that Tesseract. He stole that shit, they got his ass. They whooped his ass. Like, they had like these collars, and they can't use their magic, right?
They showed them the collars at the magic.
Man, that lady stole on. He was in slow motion. And Loki talking shit. Loki always talking shit.
Shouts out to Disney Plus, man. I'm keeping up with all the good Marvel shows.
Now I like Loki shows.
Man. Damn it, I'm behind.
Yeah, so at the end, they basically introduced Kang in that show, and he's called He Who Remains because he's the last version of Kang who remains, and he was able to control them more. But he gives both Lokis, because there's a girl Loki, and he's like, look, y'all can kill me, and all that's going to do is just going to cause the multiverse to fucking happen again, and wars, and there's just going to be another me that's going to take over just like I did this time. Or you two can be the ones that they control the multiverse. And the Loki we're used to knowing, he was down with that. Like, all right, that sounds good. But the girl Loki's like, fuck that, you ruined my life, and she kills him basically. And she's the reason this whole multiverse shit started again. You know what I mean? It wasn't even really Doctor Strange or Spider-Man. It was that girl version of Loki. You know what I mean? And so I think the Loki in this, I mean, not the Loki, but the Kang and, Ant-Man 3 is going to be the evil Kang or whatever. He got the little, slits in his eyes and shit, just like Kang does in the comics. He got, the suit on and all that shit. So
he got the suit. Yeah.
And so, they call him the next Avengers is going to be called the Kang Dynasty. So, he's like, I'm telling you, he's going to be the next Thanos, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Kang the Conqueror, baby, man. You know the comics, man.
Yeah. And he's supposedly the offspring of Richard Reeves, the smartest man in the Marvel universe or whatever. So the dude's he's a smart fella, you know what I mean? He knows how to time travel and fucking multiverse and all that shit. So definitely a threat, man. And I know that's not horror related, but you know what I'm saying? I was just like, that was some shit that popped up this week that I was excited about, man.
Yeah,
one might
crazy.
Flag.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I gotta start skipping damn Marvel shit, man.
I mean, some of them you could skip. Like, I don't think you have to watch all of them because all of them kind of like all right. But Loki was definitely an important show in regards to that multiverse.
Yeah, I definitely watched WandaVision, and I need to get on Loki. I passed on Loki.
WandaVision didn't end up.
Watch She-Hulk. I'm trying.
There's only one good episode in there, and She-Hulk I liked, and it was the Daredevil one. When Daredevil showed up, that was there was some good action. He got to fight motherfuckers and shit in the hallways, like Daredevil does. That was probably the best episode in my opinion. A lot of people
and then
like
that damn old gold and red Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an alright show. It wasn't my favorite of all the Marvel shows, that's for sure. Like I said, Loki was definitely one of them. Hawkman, what do you call it? Not Hawkeye, but the other one, Captain America one.
Falcon?
Yeah, Falcon. That was a good one. I like that it touched on real, racist issues and real life shit.
Yeah, Falcon, Captain America and Falcon, all the Captain America, it's gonna be kind of black.
Falcon, Papa Doc.
Right. Papa Doc, yeah, Falcon is Papa Doc, man. Fuck the free world.
His real name is Terrence.
Fuck the free world.
I would have never thought back then that he would have ended up being, Falcon and shit and been up in the Marvel.
I got so many. Yeah, he got some range, man.
He played Tupac in that one movie, Biggie.
Shout out my guy Anthony Mackie.
Hey, he's from New Orleans, yo. He's from next door.
Shout out Anthony Mackie, man. He been molesting next door. You been over here, we know it.
Yeah, he's probably been to the casinos, man. He know what's up.
Yeah, man. Come on, casino, man. Come on, blushing.
Hey, on the show, I think they showed him like eating, what do you call it, shit, the mud bugs crawfish.
Right here, he's a crawfish.
Yeah. That was New Orleans, like a motherfucker. Yeah. I tell you, that's one thing I do miss, man. Like, and I didn't used to eat crawfish when I was down south because it looks so gross, to me, but it just smells so good when y'all boil it. And then y'all got the corn and motherfuckers eating. That's like a culture thing, you know what I mean?
We still do, head crank up the boil still, bro.
Yeah.
He used to do the whole quality kitchen, man. He retired now, though, so he ain't got to do all that shit. So, OG, shout out to OG.
Shout out to OG Head, man. Good dude right there, man. Solid dude.
When it's time to cook, like, catered events, he got you. Like, he's gonna work the grill, he's gonna work the board, he's gonna do the seafood boil.
Y'all used to get down on the barbecues. I remember that shit.
Oh yeah, it's still popping. Still popping. I say we'll fish fry, barbecue. We'll bring the pots out, propane tanks out, and boil some shit too, man. Drop them crabs and crawfish in there, them shrimp. Drop their corn, taters, and them sausages in there, man. It's gonna be a good old time, man.
Hey, who's bringing some of that culture up here, though? The Vietnamese people. Because I've seen Vietnamese shops out here that sell crawfish and stuff like that. I even took my mom to one in Ontario. There was kind of like a New Orleans style restaurant where they give you shrimp and crawfish and all that. And we ate there.
Crazy. Like, they don't even have like crab boil or season like other places. That shit be crazy.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
People go all the way up North Mississippi. They come down here to get like season, like for boils and shit. Come get seafood. Like
we going to the beach, because they ain't got no beach up there. It's just rivers and lakes and shit. So they get amped up by seeing that
dry. Mississippi River is dry.
I've seen that shit. The Mississippi been drying up. They said they've been finding
so much. Like
artifacts and shit.
Artifacts, like weird stone, like just weird, just formations and shit. It's just crazy. Yeah, so you got a lot of hidden risks, and then like I said, that water used to be black, so Mississippi River, it's black water. They talk about our muddy water, so that Mississippi water is black. And the current so fast, you just gone.
Hey, do you remember that show called Blackwater? It was like an animated cartoon back in the early 90s. And it was remember the water was black. It was like a pirate show, but it was animated.
That was good. That was my shit, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
That's
they were kind of like
future.
They were like kind of like futuristic pirates.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. I forgot the name of it, but it was like Blackwater. And it was like literally black water.
Man, I forgot about it. I remember dude had to parry this shit.
Welcome to the nostalgia zone.
Yeah, man, I forgot about that. Man, I forgot the entire name.
Hey, now you know you got to look that shit up on YouTube. You have to look up the intro.
Look it up, man. So all my One Piece fan, that was before One Piece, man. Blackwater.
What's One Piece? What's that?
One Piece. Oh man,
must be that new shit.
It's an anime, man.
Anime.
It talks about government, like the military branches versus pirates and shit.
Oh, wow.
Like the corruptions, like some pirates was fighting the government for good reasons and shit.
Like real life pirates, I guess.
Yeah, like they have they use Blackbeard, and they use legendary pirates and shit. They just gave them like powers. They eat like a devil fruit or some shit.
Wow.
But if you eat the devil fruit, you'll get a power, but you can't swim. So if you're a pirate, it fucks you up. You fall in the water, you're gonna die. But you're powerful as fuck, but you can't swim.
That's why I couldn't be no pirate, people. I can't swim,
right.
So I just died.
Yeah. That's crazy. I'm a swimming ass dude. I love to swim, man. I'd be so mad at my people like that. I don't want to go to pool shit.
Nah, you know what's funny? I can swim like underneath the water. I just can't paddle.
Oh yeah, you can swim, man.
Yeah, I just suck at paddling.
You swim under the water. You can. I mean, you get to where you can get to safety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you just don't tire yourself out.
That's the only thing.
About breathing and shit. And then, like I say, most people tire their damn self out trying to do this shit. Just watching on TV. They taught us that shit in 3rd and 6th grade.
I wasn't here for 3rd grade. I wasn't here for 3rd and 4th grade. I was here for kindergarten, 1st grade and 2nd grade. Then I moved to Columbia for 3rd and 4th. Then I came back for 5th and all the rest, which was crazy.
Man, Colombians can swim, man. Colombians can't swim.
Hey, but the ocean wasn't next to me. It was nothing but rivers.
River.
I was in like central.
Not fucking with the river monsters. Yeah, we ain't fucking with the river monsters.
Shit, the only thing in those rivers were carcasses, dog. We have a river called El Rio Cauca, right? Right, it's next to my hometown. My mom used to always say, "Ain't nothing but dead bodies and that shit," because that's where all the gangsters would throw the dead bodies. The cartel. And so it had that reputation. So I was like, we never would go.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's a big ass river too. I remember that violence, man, back in the days. That shit was crazy. Like I remember when they killed
like on
Pablo.
On River Monster, they were talking about like people, like it was like a ritual where they send the bodies of the dead down the river, and fish start eating them. Like fish start getting big and shit. They have a taste for human flesh and shit.
Bass, trout.
River Monster, shout out my boy, man. We catching all those big ass fish and shit.
Hey, I tell you what looks scary is those fish and shit that be in the Amazon, because those motherfuckers look prehistoric, dog. They those don't even look like
old ass, big ass
reptilian looking motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah, like man, this motherfucker got scales.
I would never want to swim in this water.
I seen one shit. This motherfucker torpedo you, man. Crush your fucking chest, man. It's so strong, you just swimming to you.
Damn.
Like a fucking torpedo, crush you.
Wow.
Launch at you. That shit was crazy.
Fuck that, dog. I can't fuck with no motherfucking prehistoric, because we got them too. Remember those what do you call garterfish or whatever, garfish?
Yeah, the gar, the big
alligator fish, whatever the fuck they call that shit.
Alligator garhead, yeah, we got them over here too.
If you ever played did you ever play Red Dead Redemption 2?
No, I ain't get far in it.
Oh, you should.
I ain't get far in it.
Did you know that there's an actual New Orleans area in that shit? It's called Saint Denis. And if you, yeah, dog, it looks just like you should go. Like if you haven't gotten to that area, you should go. And they got those fish and that shit. Like that shit's true as fuck. Like they got the snakes and everything.
Alligator gar, yeah.
You'll see the alligators.
Definitely floating in the mercury, the big fresh water around here.
I might have to play that shit tonight. What you talking about? Yeah. That's my shit right there. Red Dead. I play the fuck out of that shit. Speaking of which, man, did you ever get to play the Ghostbusters, the 2009 video game that they had? Because they re-released it.
Like say around that time, I got away from a game. I got away from it like right after the big PlayStation 2, not even the skinny one.
Yeah.
Like it was a big PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I was actually, in 2009, I was doing that video game testing job, and we actually had that game on the game, and we had it on the floor because they were actually testing it.
Oh, I forgot about that. You were testing the game.
Yeah, and they actually, like, my company actually owned it for a little bit until it got sold off to THQ, and we were doing the testing for it. But I wasn't on that team, but I used to be able to see it. You know what I mean? And it looked dope, bro. And it's cool because all the Ghostbusters from the movies, they actually, lended their voices and shit to it. So the story is like Ghostbusters 3. I swear, like you need, like if you haven't played it, play it, man, because the story is really good. It's immersive as fuck. It's actually creepy in some parts. People like there's a part where you got to go after. Remember the library lady? Like you actually go to capture her, bro. Like you return to that place. So it's creepy because there's one part that got ghost kids, and that shit was like, even though it's a Ghostbusters, that shit was scary. I'm like, oh, these creepy ass kids. Shit. That shit reminded me of Silent Hill, man. It was scary. That was a good game.
Ghostbusters, kind of kid friendly, but like, it's not supposed to be.
Remember the first movie it had some scary shit in it, and so did even the animated cartoon, bro. Like, even though we talked about the Boogey Man, you remember the jack-o'-lantern motherfucker? He was based on a real Halloween thing. Dude, I forgot. I'm gonna have to look that shit up right now.
They use some real folklore now.
Yeah, they did. I'm talking about like the real Halloween folklore. Like they took that shit back to what do you call it, Scotland and all that shit, dude. Like,
right? Yeah, they did some like the Boogey Man shit that back then. It was getting deep. Just talking like, shit, this is getting dark, baby.
Yeah, and then they played that creepy music because they had some creepy ass music for that shit. So there's an episode called "When Halloween Was Forever," and people out there, just if y'all got kids or y'all just want to watch like some good animated 80s shit, watch that shit. That shit's good, man. Especially with Halloween season, bro. That's like one of the best animated shows for that kind of thing, man. I forgot what he was. He was called. It started with an S. The jack-o'-lantern dude. He had a head that was like a jack-o'-lantern. You know what I mean? Kind of like the American folklore. About the headless horseman kind of thing. It was kind of like that shit. Yeah. And then they also had one episode where they go to this town. They get hired by this little creepy girl, right? And so they don't think nothing about it, but she paid them in gold. So they're like, you know what? She's weird, but fuck it. We're going to take this job.
It's gold.
Yeah. And so they go to the town, and it turns out that town is a warring town between werewolves and fucking vampires.
Shit.
And they even got something like
recurring. Like, it's just keep recurring. That shit's real. Like, this is vampire, werewolf, war about to kick off. Lichens.
Yeah, it's funny though. At the end of the show, they just what the Ghostbusters end up doing is they end up turning the town against each other, like everybody, and then they say like, we got to get the fuck out of here because these motherfuckers going. We don't. This ain't our thing. We kill ghosts, not fucking monsters. They fucking.
Yeah, we can't do nothing with these motherfuckers. We
you got to call somebody else.
Yeah, we catch the poltergeist. We're not fucking with monsters. Like, we got to call somebody. We the Ghostbusters, not the monsters.
It's like if you see some aliens, you ain't gonna call Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna be like, nah, that ain't our department right there.
No.
I like to know.
Guardians of the Galaxy or some goddamn body.
Scooby Doo ain't even fucking with that shit, boy.
Yeah, they ain't fucking with it.
But Scooby Doo in the game, they rarely ran into actual ghosts and shit. Remember, it was always an old white man with a mask on.
There's always somebody taking them.
Yeah.
Somebody that could have got away with it one for the meddling kids.
That's what I never used to like about that original, because it was like, can we actually have some actual ghosts from time to time? You know what I mean? But that's why I like 13 Ghosts, Scooby Doo and the 13
Yeah,
Ghosts.
it was on they ran to some damn real ghosts.
Yeah, exactly. Scooby Doo was hauling ass.
Yeah, bro. The bongo runs is my shit, man. Like a Scooby Doo. I think of Scooby and Shaggy running in place. That's how scared they ain't even moving yet. They running in place. That's how scared they are, bro.
That's what the term shook. That's why they shook.
Yeah. And then they ain't never looking for ghosts. They going straight to the kitchen.
Fucking potheads.
Man, what? Going straight to the kitchen.
Yeah.
They never look for the ghosts, but they always find the ghosts. Whoever get popped up. And then they always use them for the trap. But people forget Shaggy's a track star.
Yeah.
People like Shaggy's a pothead, like,
and he lanky too, man. So he's big, tall, white dude.
I'm like, man, there ain't too many track star potheads. I think that might be debunked, bro. He's a track star, bro.
You want to challenge the mythologies and shit, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, bro. Like, Scooby Doobies, and we might be wrong.
That's what I call the edibles, man. Them Scooby snacks.
Man, speaking of Halloween, I would love some edibles right now. Some Halloween trick or treat.
I'm gonna have to take some after this show and watch some horror movies.
That's what I need.
I'm gonna play that Ghostbuster game. Fuck that. That's what I'm about to play because that shit's dope. I love that game, bro. All the Ghostbusters.
What year was it?
09.
So
it came out for PS3.
Yeah, I was, I had a fat PS3, but I got away from it then.
But here's the thing. I didn't play it back then, though. I didn't get to buy it back then, but they re-released it like 2 years ago, 220 hit. PlayStation 4 released it. I think it's even on Xbox as well, you know what I mean? So it's available as a, what do you call it, DLC.
What should I get, an Xbox or PS5? Let me know, man, in the comment. What's better?
Some people are telling me that Xbox, just because they got that, what do you call that little Game Pass thing that lets you play all the games. Because I got PS Plus right now. It's all right, you know what I mean? But the Xbox one just sounded cheaper and better bang for your buck, even though I'm not a Xbox person, but it just all depends on something.
That's why I'm in my dilemma. I ain't never been an Xbox.
But it's easier to buy one right now.
Right.
Yeah, so
it's like you can't find a PlayStation 4 right now.
Not even a 4? I gotta take care of my my PlayStation 4 then, man. I gotta make sure that shit don't break.
All right. You might get a 5 on waiting list.
I'm on a waiting list for it.
It's not in the store, no.
Nope. You know where? No bullshit. You know what? At the warehouse I work at, we got. I be wanting to rob those motherfuckers. We got nothing but PS5s, bro. We got pallets and pallets of fucking PS5s. I'm like, I want to.
Why they sell them shits?
I think they're holding them for they're holding them for third-party vendors. That's what they're doing. I found out. Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, for scalpers.
Ooh. Scalpers.
I'm not even gonna put the name out yet because I'll get fired.
Yeah, don't even do it.
I ain't gonna do that shit.
We ain't made it yet. We still gotta go to the daily gig.
We still gotta go. We got day. We ain't quit our day job yet.
Yeah, they ain't quit their day job. We're not in. Yeah, it's not even close. Shit, I'm thinking about taking a job in Carson City, Nevada, man.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Carson over here because we got a Carson in LA.
Oh, in Cali?
Yeah, there's a Carson.
I'm talking about Nevada, man, over there close to Vegas.
Yeah, I'll come through and we can go to Vegas if you do that. You know what I
mean? Yeah, man. I say, man, they can't work good over there. Damn, Tesla's hiring over there.
I want to go to Vegas on Halloween. I've never been there.
Oh, I bet you it's crazy.
A lot of parties.
Yeah. I bet you it's fucking crazy.
It's expensive as hell, though. That shit's so expensive.
Yeah, they charge
you gotta bring your own booze, people. That's bring your own booze. That's all I gotta say.
That's why I love to listen, man. We got all the amenities that everybody else got in Hollywood and Vegas, but we don't charge you on it.
I think Miami and Vegas is probably the most expensive places. And downtown LA. Downtown LA is ridiculous with the prices for
stopping boy travel. Coming to my MIA, man. Kick it.
In my A bit. Oh, sorry. But
My boy
yeah.
be DJing outside of my boy DJ Trap.
But yeah, people. I think we about to cut this one short, man, because it's like, it's late out here, man. It's like
It's late,
1:24 where
man.
you at.
It's about to get spooky around here.
It's 11 over here.
Shadows and lights start flickering on and off and
shadow
stuff.
people started. Dude, my light used to flicker in my old room.
What? We come out at night.
What the fuck?
Remember that? Holy moly donut shop.
I don't remember that shit.
You remember that shit on Friday?
Nah.
That freeze come out at night.
You know what Cube should have done? He should have made a Friday movie set in Halloween because he did one for Christmas. You know what I mean? So he should have did one.
You see that he's going through with Warner Brothers in the Friday movie?
Yeah.
I knew that it had to be some type of hold up. Like, could have did 3 more Fridays.
Warner Brothers be tripping.
Yeah, they say they don't believe in it, man.
That's because they keep going through different studios, like different owners and shit, bro. Ever since they started, they got sold out, bro. It's like I don't know what's going on over there. It's chaos.
Did you hear about the How High 2? The real How High 2? Where the Meth are gonna do?
Are they gonna do it?
Yeah, they're gonna do it. It's not gonna have nothing to do with the other How High.
Really? Oh, so it's like a reboot.
The last one. It's gonna be their How High, and it ain't gonna have shit to do with the one that they just did.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense because they were, they were in college or whatever. They too old for that shit now.
Right.
That makes sense.
No, I'm not saying they're gonna be based on the first one, but like the second one, they did a new shit with Yachty and DC.
I didn't even know they did that.
Bro, they didn't even tell Red or Meth.
That's
Red and Meth found out about that shit on the internet. They were like, dog, they took our fucking franchise and even fucking acknowledge us. And didn't even include them.
Damn.
They had Mike Epps and a few other actors in there, but like, bro, they didn't have the original parts. Oh, what's that, brother?
That's this the shit that'll scare y'all. Alien Isolation came out in 2014. Boy, that game
scary, John.
That ain't nothing but jump scare. You'll have a heart attack playing that shit, bro. I swear to God. Especially if you got like surround sound. I can only play like 2 hours of that shit or an hour at most, and your anxiety be like,
you got all the lights off and shit, and tripping and
dog. It's because it looks just like the movie, man. Like it's so real, and then you got that goddamn alien. You can't kill the motherfucker because he's so fucking beast. I'm like, this motherfucker don't die. All you can do is use your flamethrower against the motherfucker if he gets too close. But if you run out of fuel, you're fucked. And then he's sneaky though. They got like a good ass AI because that motherfucker, like, he'll look at you if you got it, and if he notices that nothing comes out that bitch, he'll attack your ass, bro. It's like a real creature. That's what's so scary about that game.
Yeah, the AI
for that game is crazy good, dude.
Some of the AIs are good, man.
That one don't fuck around. It learns from you, man. That's what's crazy. Like if you play the game a certain way, it'll adapt to you. It's like, oh, you trying to be sneaky, huh, bitch? You know what I mean? You'll come out of nowhere.
That's what's cool about the games now. Like say the AI, they adaptive. Like I can't just keep doing the same shit to beat the game.
That Metal Gear game's like that. The new one, like the soldiers, they'll adapt to you. If you're using tranquilizers a lot, they'll start using helmets and all kind of shit. So they just adapt to whatever your gameplay style is, man. It's pretty crazy.
Makes sense. Yeah. So.
It gets hard though, bro. Like towards the latter levels, that shit gets hard as fuck. Oh, Snake, old sneaky ass, man.
Shots out Snake.
Yeah. I remember my first time. I think I had you over. I was playing the first one, and you was like, "Man, Snake, I don't like him. He's snaking. Motherfucker named Snake. Can't trust him. Snake."
Can't trust a snake.
Yeah. I forgot who put. I think William Brand let me borrow.
I apologize, all you snake lovers. I'm just not fan. Some people think they're cute and cuddly.
I don't like actual snakes, man.
Yeah, just a killer machine, man. Just bred to kill.
Yeah, most are, anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I don't know no friendly snakes. That don't bite.
It doesn't bite. It doesn't bite. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, right. It would do rapid squeeze.
Hey,
yeah,
did I tell you? Did you know I took zoology in my senior year, right, in high school?
That's how zoology. Yeah, they made me. So I need to take that shit.
Yeah, they made me take it too. And what's funny though is one day they had like snakes. My teacher like brought a bunch of snakes. I forgot some kind of. She knew somebody or whatever. And she had everybody, touching them and shit. And I was like, don't pass that shit to me. I just sat there like,
I'll pass that shit to me.
I'm talking about everybody was, holding them. I don't want to hold that shit.
Yeah.
Go on now.
Yeah, I'm finna get up out of here, bro.
Well, I was sitting straight. I'm like,
go on now. Go on.
I just don't like the texture of snakes because they have that oily, you know what I'm talking about? Nasty ass like texture to it.
I can imagine. I don't even want to feel it.
Yeah, it's gross, man.
It's just the texture. I say shit, man. These motherfuckers strike and they squeeze. I got time.
Yeah, we had a python in the class, dude. Like my teacher would feed it rats and shit every day, dog.
Like, yeah.
And the dude, like, I had my curious classmates that be like, running up to it and shit. And I'm in that bitch like,
yeah.
On that.
Oh, good.
See that shit.
It's old dangerous ass shit y'all be on.
Yeah.
Love danger. Nah, trying to live, baby.
Yeah, teacher was a white girl, obviously. So,
Right.
A young ass teacher too. I think that was like her first year. I forgot her name. She was actually
young teachers. Hey, when we was getting out.
Oh, who was in my class with me?
Who that?
Sabra.
Who that?
Sabra.
Man, R.I.P. Sabra, man.
Whoa, don't tell me she died.
Sabra died.
Fuck, when was that?
Bro, it wasn't too long ago. I can't remember, like a few years ago, man. It was crazy, out the blue too, man.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that, though. I ain't been on Facebook or anything.
Shout out to Miss King, man.
Sabra King, one of my R.I.P. Damn, dude.
Best female friends and old Nichols.
Yeah, exactly. 9th grade, man. We used to be in the art class with
it was 9th grade, yeah.
Wilding out with Sabra.
Yeah, wilding.
Damn, dog. I didn't know that,
man. Yeah, man. So, yes, I hate to break it to you like that on the podcast, but yes, we lost Sabra a couple of years ago, man.
Wow. Shit, I didn't even know Oren died till you told me, bro. It's like, he was just like, nah,
man, I think Oren ass around here, man. I seen his
told me he
on
died.
Facebook.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I ain't seen his ass on Facebook.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and Sabra was the oldest.
Somebody.
We was like the oldest people in that class because we were all seniors. Everybody else was like sophomores and shit. And hell yeah, me and her, we wouldn't fuck with. Oh, she might have fucked with that snake though. I don't remember. I just remember I didn't fuck with that snake. I'm good on that shit.
Yeah, I ain't had that. I miss zoology.
Yeah, I thought it was my stupid ass. I was like, nah, it's gonna be about animals because I read it like zoology, so I just thought we were studying. I was like, I like animals. That shit ended up being like evolution, you know what I mean? Like you had to study,
evolution, like
cells and shit. You know what I mean?
Adaptation and all that shit.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this class isn't what I thought it would be.
It got me. Yeah, I better say it got me. Yeah,
it was cool though. It was all right, man. I got into it though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that's like say, yeah, you ain't have Mr. Crumb, so you would get into it.
Oh, okay. I remember we had that boring ass science teacher. I forgot his name, but I had your boy in my class, man. What's his name? J5 was in there.
That's my boy J5.
Yeah, J5 working for Disney, man, doing big things, man. Congrats,
Johnny 5, man. Josh Leonard, man. Hey, Team Supreme, man. All that good stuff, brother. Man.
And for those that don't know, Josh is one of our homies, man. But he's an animator now at Disney. He made it. You know what I'm saying? We're all proud of him, man. He's doing big things. Team Supreme. It's the whole concept of, autistic kids and, kids with disabilities and superheroes.
Superheroes with handicaps, man.
Yeah, that's a great concept. Great. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, we proud of my boy, man. And, that motivates everybody, you know what I mean? When we see one of us make it, you know what I mean? So
you can do it!
Water boy. I always quote that shit too, bro.
I always quote the water boy. Hey, people make fun of the water boy, but that's a motivational movie, man.
Yeah. That's what Adam Sandler was on fire with the movies, boy. He used to always put that in fire movies.
Man, have you seen Adam lately? Man, his health is horrible, bro.
I know his movies have been horrible, though. Like, I haven't liked any of them. Man. The last Adam Sandler movie I liked was that one from 2009. That was it.
He kind of made like cornball.
Now he's just making Netflix movies, you know what I mean?
Like a couple of them was the shows, like a couple of Netflix movies.
Yeah.
You know. But like, bro, he's walking on a cane and shit now, bro. He got put on a lot of weight, bro.
He's probably, what, like 50 or something like now?
Yeah, he's getting up there, but man, Adam used to hoop and everything, though.
Yeah, when he was young. You know? He was fit. He's probably one of the fittest SNL dudes back. Because remember, he was on SNL with Chris Farley, David Spade.
He was in better shape. Yeah. More athletic, you know.
I didn't know Chris Farley was athletic, dude. Because he used to play football and all kind of shit.
Man.
I didn't know that.
He used to do all type of flips and shit.
Yeah, that's why he was able to do that shit. Because I was like, that makes sense now. Because he was doing cartwheels and shit all the time.
Yeah, he was doing cartwheel back. Yeah, he was doing all type of shit.
He was a strong dude for a fat dude, man.
A physical comedy guy. You know?
He was great at it, man. R.I.P. Chris Farley, that dude. I love Tommy Boy, Black Sheep. You know,
Tommy Boy is one of my favorite, man. Black Sheep. Classics.
People forgot about my boy, man.
I gotta have a collection of those joints, man.
We were talking about that shit at work, bro. Shout out to my boy Juan, man.
Shout out to my boy David Spade too, man. I love him and David Spade chemistry.
You know, he was in Police Academy 4 as a kid. He was so young. He was skateboarding in the beginning.
I look at that, but I never noticed that.
It's Citizens on Patrol. Remember that rap song? Citizens on Patrol.
Yeah, Citizens on Patrol. Damn.
Man, that's a throwback shit.
Shout out to David Spade, man.
Hey, that movie has one of the best Halloween pranks ever, bro. Do you remember that shit? It's on YouTube.
Nah, what the hell? What they do?
Remember they were recruiting citizens to be cops.
Yeah.
And so remember the black dude that did the sounds and shit with his voice.
The sound effects.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Him and Mahoney, right? They're like, all right, we gonna get these motherfuckers, bro. So he gets the big dudes with him, right? He remember the black dude that was like the big Hightower. He got Hightower and the white dude. And he got the new recruits. It was like this fat black dude and these two white boys. And they were like, all right, just stay in the van. We're going to get a suspect. Just chill. And they brought the suspect, and he's in a body bag. And they put him in the van. And then there's a Jamaican dude. Although the Hightower is supposed to act like he's a voodoo priest. So he's in there like,
I remember
yum. He does that shit. And he had those boys scared. They were looking at each other like, what the fuck? And then all you hear is a chainsaw. And the crazy white dude, he's in the body bag. He comes out that bitch with a chainsaw. The black dude said, fuck this shit. He gets everybody out the way. I gotta post that shit, dog. I gotta post it. I gotta send you that video.
That shit, man. Classic 80s fucking movie.
Police Academy 4, Citizens on Patrol. And then I think it's just the prank, I guess. That shit's so fucking funny.
Prank, yeah.
It's called the Yama Yama scene because the voodoo, the dude is supposed to be the voodoo.
I kind of had a big head doing this shit.
Yama.
Papa Shango or some shit.
Oh man, I wish I could.
Raising the dead.
Yeah, he was supposed to be raising the dead, so old boy comes out with that chainsaw, and those dudes haul ass out that shit, dog. Like, that shit was so fucking funny, bro. I'm gonna post it on Instagram, dog. Like, I'll probably do that shit tonight, because that shit's hilarious. But yeah. One of the greatest scenes, old 80s horror. Oh, well, not even horror, but, comedies and shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to call it. It was called the crude humor. Immature comedy.
It was like that. What was that? 911. From Comedy Central.
Reno 911.
Reno 911. It was like that about the goofball cops.
Yeah, parody type shit.
Parody. That shit used to be funny though.
Police Academy. It's like the start of all that. Shouts out Police Academy, man.
Adult
National
humor.
Lampoon. Yeah, National Lampoon and all that shit. Like that 80s comedy, it's way too gritty and
It's adult. It's wacky, but there's some adult comedy in there too.
Yeah, it's offensive now. You think about 80s movie now.
Yeah, because they had a wet t-shirt thing, and remember the cop with the big boobs, the lady, and they showed her nipples and shit on there. So it's like, well, kids still watched it.
Motherfuckers get harassed at the office and shit.
Yeah,
casting couch type shit going on. So they ban that shit immediately. This day and age, 80s shit. It's just a different time.
80s didn't give a fuck in the 80s. Nobody
it was raunchy. What they call
raunchy comedy. Yeah, for real.
That's why I started hearing raunchy.
Porky's. Remember that shit?
Oh my
Porky's
god!
was so
Animal House
raunchy.
and Porky's.
Animal House.
Yeah, the Belushi, the frat boy movies.
Frat boy was
frat
National
boy
Lampoon.
movies. Yeah.
The only ones I didn't really fuck with too much though was the Chevy. I was never a huge Chevy Chase fan because he did those.
Once I found out he was kind of prejudiced.
He claimed he got in a fight with Bill Murray. I don't know how much truth that is to it, but he said he got in a fight backstage.
I think Bill's.
They were on SNL or some shit together, and they got in a fight.
Yeah, him and Bill got into it. Bill just bust his fucking.
Bill don't be giving a fuck though.
Bill just still don't in the mouth. Yeah.
Well, Bill, you could tell Bill was a wild dude though too. Like,
they say Bill was a wild, he was an asshole.
Yeah, he's still an asshole.
He's a dick. Yeah, shouts out to Bill.
I seen the interview where the girl was just asking him how his day was. He just started clowning on her hair. That's Bill Murray for you, man. Bill Murray don't give a shit.
I was saying one thing you gonna do, I was a child actor, and Bill Murray you made me cry, man.
Wow.
What the fuck, Bill?
Bill ruthless.
He Eddie Murphy them had to calm him down and get him to stay on the job and shit. What the fuck, Bill? You really just bullied a little child actor on set? Dude.
No fucks given.
Yeah, Bill was wild. They were Bill's just an asshole. Be a professional. They're telling the kid that. Bill's a grown-ass man.
Yeah. I mean, you see how he was on Scrooged. He was an asshole in that movie.
Yeah.
I think that's how he is in real life, bro.
We might be that way in real life. It's crazy. And I like Bill. Everybody cool. Bill Murray. This shit come out Bill is kind of a jerk sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
Like Jordan, he was pissed about Jordan.
Jordan. And that Jordan
documentary. Jordan's a fucking jerk, man.
Oh yeah, I forgot they were in that movie Space Jam together.
Right, him and Jordan, they were fucking asses, man. Asses over there, man. Y'all already celebs, man. Y'all didn't get autographs and shit. Bully people.
Motherfucker push, remember Smokey on Next Friday when he pushed those kids' face when they were about to ice cream man? I could see Bill Murray. Pushing their kids.
Get back. Bill was wild, dog, he just traumatized the kids. Bro.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that story. That shit's funny.
Yeah, I had posted this shit on Instagram, man. I've been finding a little.
Oh damn.
Podcast snippets on there, man. They be telling they celebrity experiences, they jerk experiences and shit. Tyrese probably got the most jerk experiences.
Really?
Tyrese, man. I even watched remember old boy from Baby Boys, and they almost got in a fight.
Really? The dude from Wet and Wild. Remember he used to host the show?
Wild and Crazy Kids, man. That's why I got Omar Gooding, man.
I didn't know that.
Cuba Junior's brother, man.
I didn't know that shit, dude.
They are brothers. Wow. Cuba is his older brother, man.
Wow.
Omar Gooding,
he used to host that show.
Wild and Crazy Kids. I used to Rush to the house to watch my boy Omar, man.
Yeah, man, I remember that.
I'm
Nickelodeon used to have the best shows.
Mark. Shouts out to Double Dare, Mark Summers.
Double Dare. Remember he's been on he talks about that shit nowadays. He's like, yeah, that show left a mark, man. Like a lot of people remember.
Like, yeah, Mark Summers is the nigga, man.
Motherfuckers used to want to get motherfuckers used to want to get slimed.
Get slimed.
That shit wasn't even real slime, bro. That shit was oatmeal and food coloring or some shit.
Oh, bullshit.
This sounds gross. I mean, slime's gross anyways, but that's even grosser.
Right. Yeah. I know the youngsters, they make slime all the time. Yeah. That shit ain't no oatmeal, man.
Kids
like
love slime
shit. Yeah, it look like the slime shit look like on Wild and Crazy Kids and Double Dare. That shit was ooze.
Yeah, the secret of the ooze.
Yeah, that TMNT shit. The ooze, that was some real slime back then. They pouring a lot of that shit those days.
Yeah.
Like, damn, they got a lot of slime.
I was like, so they got to go home like that? Do they clean after that shit? Like, what?
Yeah, this was crazy. Like, there's a lot of weird stuff happening to kids on the sets. It was those studio sets, Nickelodeon and Disney, man. You got some horrible things happening on those sets.
But I used to like how creative Nickelodeon was, even with their commercials back then in the early 80s, 90s and shit.
Yeah, early 90s, man.
They did a lot of creative shit. I don't think that shit's like that anymore, man.
Like say all that.
All that. You know my favorite Nickelodeon thing. You know what it was on the Saturdays, Nick at Night, I think, or Snick, what's it called?
Snick, yeah, Snick.
And they had that one scary show though. All that. Oh no, it wasn't all that. It was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of
That's the theme song I put on the intro for the horror episode. And that used to scare me, because they would always go gather around the campfire until fucking.
We got the. Hey, I even checked that book out in the library. Remember the scary stories you could tell in the dark and shit.
Yeah. This was before Goosebumps show.
They did that first. TV. I say when we were reading the Goosebumps book, we had Goosebumps. RL, shouts out to RL Stein,
man. You made our childhood because everybody was reading Goosebumps back then, man.
Reading books, scaring the shit out of us.
Yeah, I forgot the series that was before Goosebumps, but I didn't get into that when I got into Goosebumps. That was the one I got into. The other one.
They down there forced Goosebumps down the throat at school.
Yeah. If you didn't have Goosebumps, you weren't cool. You know what I mean?
Right. He needed Goosebumps and the Trapper Keeper.
The Trapper Keeper. Now you bring memories back and shit.
The Velcro binder, the zip-up binder.
I had Colin in my class. This motherfucker, he was always playing that pencil game. You know what I mean?
Pencil fighting and shit.
Shout out to Colin. Colin Brown.
Shout out to Colin Brown, Magnolia Street, baby.
Yeah.
Steve Brown, man.
Yeah, man.
He'd be out the way, man. I'd be so happy to see him when I do see him, bro. It'd be like old times, bro.
Glock was in my class too, man. 6th grade.
Shouts out Glock Flight, man.
Yeah.
My God, man.
We was all in that same class, bro. I had BJ in there. You know what I mean? It was me, Colin, and Jeremiah was even in there in 6th grade, man. Duke Elementary.
Oh man! Oh, he was in elementary.
Hey, we had squad. It was the squad up in there, man. And 6th grade was a fun year for me, man. I had a lot of fun in 6th grade. That's when I was really got into my comic book art type shit. I started learning how to make comic books. Like that was like one of those coming of age years, you know what I'm talking about?
You know, 6th grade, 5th, 6th grade, you know. You're getting up at age.
I was a fish out of water in 5th grade, though. I just came from Columbia.
You know, you're starting to get your own personality and shit, figuring out who you are really.
Yeah.
Wonder years. Yeah, coming of age.
What will I do? Fred Savage.
Yeah, right.
Hey man, did you hear about him? He got caught up in some shit too, man. He was like harassing a chick or something, bro. I didn't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, because remember he rebooted the Wonder Years.
He did reboot it.
And it was like a black family this time. And then I heard something happen off stage. He was like,
I wonder what happened because like it just disappeared. It was like it was gonna be a black Wonder Woman, then something happened.
Yeah, remember he was on that Deadpool thing.
Was he on Deadpool?
Yeah, it was the Deadpool 2 because when they released the clean version or whatever. So so he was in that. Like Deadpool's doing like a little parody thing with him. It's like a commercial or something. But Fred Savage, man, that's somebody we grew up too, man. I think people forgot about that monster movie he made though. Remember that?
Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. That was before Monsters Inc. People. This is where Monsters Inc. got the damn idea.
Sully is that dude from Monsters Inc. Bro, he just not furry. He got the horns and the same color every day.
Blue motherfucker.
Yeah, that's Sully, bro, from Monsters Inc. Man.
And he was played by the dude that voices Bobby's World. That dude. I forgot his name.
That's crazy. Saget.
Nah, it wasn't Bob Saget. No, it wasn't. It was I forgot the dude's name. Huey something or some shit like that.
Okay, damn, he played a lot of cartoons.
Yeah, he's bald now, but he's always around.
Yeah, he was Arnold, man. Like he had he got the space between his teeth.
Howie Mandel.
Yeah, Howie Mandel.
Yeah, Howie Mandel. Yeah.
Bobby's World. I remember Bobby's World. That was my shit. That was a good cartoon block too. Bobby's World. And,
imagination. It was very imaginative.
What the hell else came on with that shit? They had some good shows on, man.
Remember, they had the Sonic cartoon. They had two versions. They had the Sonic that they would play during the weekday, and they had a more darker version for the weekends that came on Saturday.
Man, my grandson is watching both of those shits right now. He's Sonic crazy, man.
Those are good cartoons right there, man.
They got like an anime type. The darker one's kind of like an anime version.
That's the one I liked too, man. Back in the day, I didn't like the weekday one that much because it was more kiddie.
It was kind of it's kiddie. He's more into the game, more like the gameplay.
Yeah. But shit, it's a good show, man. I did want to recommend one last anime though for those. I don't know if I don't know. Whoever, Castlevania, right? For all those people that are into Castlevania.
Oh yeah, Castlevania.
The anime is incredible. Like I gotta admit, man. Like I watched season 1, it was dope, and then every season after that kept getting better, man.
It goes crazy, bro.
It's really adult, it's mature, it's crazy shit. But it's deep. I like the one character that didn't like the humans.
Way deeper than the game could ever go. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't really keep up with the games, bro. To be honest, though, I didn't keep up with the storylines.
I ain't like the game because the graphics then, like it was
when it first came out.
If it came out late, if it would have came out later, the graphics was more like.
But they did though. They made sequels that were like, good 3D graphics and shit. I just didn't really buy. I only bought one of them. That was it.
Now Castlevania was like Devil May Cry with the same franchise.
They got one like that, bro. I played a little bit of it on the PS Plus because I checked it out. I was like, this shit's dope, man. I missed out on this shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They'll get people, but the anime's got people hooked.
The anime no joke, like they get deep with the lore, man. Like I love that though.
Yeah, it's deep.
I like how in the beginning, motherfuckers are scared of fucking Dracula. You know what I mean? After he kill his wife or whatever, that girl. Well,
right.
And then they show how corrupt the church religious people are. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was cool.
Yeah, it get deep, bro. It get deep, like I say. What if it did happen like that?
Yeah, because the church wouldn't, like that.
All right, everybody read about the Crusades. You know what I mean? It ain't no cap. These folks were killed in the name of the Lord.
Yeah, a lot of wars have been fought over religion.
A lot. I say it all the time, man. Religion is another way to divide people too.
Yeah, it can control and divide people. You know what I mean? Yeah, rulers use it. Like the Book of Eli. That's what that was about. Remember, they had that dude that was trying to use it for his own reasons.
Right.
That's a good movie, by the way. Denzel. Shout out to Denzel.
Eli, man. I can't say how good it really is. It's good.
Yeah.
That was one of the best concepts they could come up with at that time.
That was '09 was a good year for movies.
Right now, like shit, man. All it takes is motherfuckers shit to go to shit, and then motherfuckers got the knowledge and know-how. Shit, man,
manipulate the whole thing, man. That's how
manipulate the whole thing. Now it's my world.
So you gotta be careful about leaders and people like that.
All right. I be telling folks, man, it was already written, so it's easy to manipulate and omit. You just leave something out and change something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, all right, folks. Enough talk of that religious shit. I'm gonna go ahead and do some plugs real quick, man. You guys want that Muddy Water official shit? You know what I'm saying? We got these at the store, man. At the Art of Lunatic Public Store.
Still wearing masks, America?
Well, for those that are, they could buy mine. You know. But we got other shit too. We got the glass mug.
No, that's a serious question though. Like, are we still wearing masks?
Some are, some aren't. I sometimes wear mine. It depends. You know what I mean?
Depends on how much coughing it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And there ain't enough sanitizer around. You know, you gotta
bring my own.
I might have to cover my mouth. You know what I mean? Or take my ass somewhere else.
Well, yeah, they got a new strain that's been hitting New York City, hitting them city slickers. You know what I mean? So
they said it's congested out there.
I know. That's like the
people.
In a way, it shows how it could affect people. Just like New York's that experimental kind of place, man. It's like a petri dish in a way. You know what I mean? Because now you can see how that shit's gonna happen.
It's scary.
Yeah.
Now that's scary experiments.
Yeah, experimental society. Experimenting on society. Well, yeah. But shit, you got any plugs, man? Any plug of me?
I'm gonna plug Richard Got a Nightmare on Holly Street, man. Get that EP, man. Stream it everywhere on all your favorite platforms.
It's snapping too. Richard Got it coming with the lyrics.
And get that goodie bag single featuring myself and Cool Mouth of the South. You got Fuck the Law. It's still out there for you protesters. We got Fuck the Law. Featuring myself, Art of Lunatic, and Cool Mouth, the whole collective. Yes, sir, on all platforms.
Get it done, boy.
Get in there, come on down. If you're down to go, come on to Biloxi.
Come on down. Bring your wife, bring your kids, bring your side piece, bring everybody. Come on down.
Bring everybody. Come on, bring them on down. You're gonna eat good. We're gonna get some good. We're gonna ball some shrimp and some crawfish. I'll make my mom them do some of that good old tater salad and the dirty rice. Be all right. Some of that dirty rice barbecue.
But folks, come on down to the Grow Podcast and hang out with your people and folks out here. You know what I mean? Hang out with your people, man. You know what I mean? We can talk about all that shit. You know what I mean? We can talk about the hard shit. We can talk about the funny shit. We'll talk about that music shit. We talk about all that shit. And there's another goodie treat that we'll be doing with my other co-host Eric Moreno. We plan on recording on Sunday. Eric. Yeah, we plan on doing the Halloween special for the Dark Dimension podcast, and depending on how things go, we might even do a crossover. People, so be on the lookout for that.
Crossover,
I'm not promising anything. It just depends on how that day goes. You know,
multiverse
and multiverse, the metaverse of the Dark Dimension. But damn, we actually recorded for a good ass minute. So hey, I think we gave y'all about an hour podcast or something, maybe even more. But
trick or treat, nigga. Trick or treat.
Alright, people.
We won't reach this cup, nigga.
Feeling like the butt of the joke, egg to the face, oozing yolk. The paranoia setting in. My girl ain't my girl, my niggas ain't my friend. Kingcold on that killer shit again. Kidnapping off the street, torture in the den. Turn you pillow talkers into cushions filled with pins. Fuck the jail, real gangsters ain't scared of no motherfucking pen. You can't see.